Hello, I'll start with an apology because this might be quite a boring video for those who are not pure guitar geeks like me. This is the Silver Hornet. It's a Schecter strat. Well, yes it is. I've been building it for the last, I don't know, years and years, more than that, to get the bits to make the ultimate strat, or what I was aiming for to be the ultimate strat. So, run through it. The neck is a genuine schecter from 1985, bought it on eBay, and it's like, if you look at the top, here, get the light on it, there you can see I've added a bit on here to make it sort of strat shaped. Well, the guy who had it before me in the 80s obviously thought it was cool to cut and make it pointy, like the way the 80s were, so I'd kind of reinstated that. Also, he'd scalloped, you can see there, semi-scalloped, not quite, they don't run all the way through like they do normally, it's just through the end, which actually makes it easier to play. You can get a good bend in there like that. And the frets were all knackered, but I've spent the last couple of days leveling them off and polishing them out so they work. So it's a real thingy, a real schecter neck, and I've just put that logo, Waterslide decal on there to make it look proper. Right, that's the neck. The body, I'm not really sure what it is. It's got a code in the back that says something 82, which made me think it might be 1982. I don't think it's a Schecter body, although I was told it was when I bought it. I put the two strap buttons on it just to make it look like a real one. Two-piece ash, I think. It was in pretty bad nick when I got it. This is years ago, and I belt sanded it down, and then just did ages, like a whole week sanding the bastard to make it level. And then it's done. It's covered in worktop oil, but it looks quite good. I'm not sure who made the neck, but it's signed by two people in pencil inside the neck, which makes me think it was handmade by somebody. Don't know. Right, then next move on to this is the last piece I got, the Schecter plate and the two Schecter pickups as well. When I got this off Gumtree, been looking for it for ages, you see them go for hundreds and hundreds of quid. This one wasn't. The volume control had been replaced. Obviously the previous one had broken. You know, it's like the push pulley pot, AB pot ones. It had been replaced, and someone had put a treble bleed circuit on it, and it just basically meant the guitar was full on rock force all the time, even when you turned it down. It's kind of, you know, if it's really going to need it. It's very rocky, whereas if you level it back without a treble bleed circuit, you can make it sound a bit more like a real guitar, a bit less sort of Satriani and shit. So that was. There was a treble bleed on it. It wasn't a push-pull pot, it was just a normal thing. And because it used to have push coil taps on it, whoever it was that had modified this, obviously this must have been a coil tap as well. So these were kind of both messed up, where it did sort of tap it, but one of them just made it cut out, and it was basically wired wrong. So I've ripped all that out and resoldered it the way I thought it should be. So now I've just got a coil tap on that, a coil tap on that, a tone for that, a tone for that, and then a master volume. Because they were both push-pull pots, I sort of put a push-pull pot in there and might as well make it do something. So it's a phase reverse. It reverses the phase of the pickups when you've got them both on. Makes it sort of wiry as opposed to stratty. Yeah, it's just a three-way switch. It's a American Switchcraft switch, which was already in it, and the thing that annoyed me since I got it, I've still never changed it, it's actually got brass screws on it. It's the only thing in the guitar that isn't chrome. It's brass, which is annoying. Next time I take it off, I'll sort it out. Yep, and then so we're on to the bridge. Bridge is, I got it a few years ago on someone's project guitar that never really worked for them. It's a Fishman Power Bridge, so it's basically just a 2-point strat bridge. And I went to Hong Kong, got a silver end piece for it because it was white before, so everyone was silver on it. So the way that's wired is I put it's a stereo jack socket on it. So the tip is the output for the electric guitar, the ring is the output for the piezo, and the sleeve is the sleeve. So when you're using a normal guitar lead and plug it in, it just blanks off the pickup, so it's not the acoustic pickup, so it's not there anymore. So you just use a normal lead. But if you use a stereo one like this, or you see it in my other videos, I've got it plugged. I've got a splitter lead. It's a stereo lead in one end, goes into two monos at the other. One of them goes into the amp, and one of them goes into a keyboard amp. So it's like a PA type thing. And I've got a you've got that going into a volume pedal because there's no actual controls for the piezo, it's just straight out. And then so if you've got a volume pedal, it means you can fade it in. Getting there, headstock. Goto machine heads. I did buy proper Schecter ones, but they weren't as good. They just didn't look as good, so sorry, I just put the Goto ones on. The nut is, so I could get a silver one. I got a, yeah, you can see that, maybe. It's a Fender LSR roller nut I got from America, because if you get them from America it's actually much cheaper than buying them over here. I think it was about 20 quid and it's about 40 quid if you buy one over here. So it's like wee ball bearings and a sort of rubber thing, and it was just cheesy. Bought that, and even the string trees, I got proper American standard, whatever they were. I think they were 7 quid for the two, and they're just a wee bit fancier than the normal ones. I think that's all the bits. Everything on it's about as expensive as you can get it. Yeah, so I'm arguing that this is a real Schecter Strat, because it's a Schecter neck and it's a Schecter plate. The body, it's two piece, so it's kind of, well, I'm arguing that it is, even though it isn't. But it's good. Honestly, like, I've got a couple of real Schecters. I've got this one here, a Telly. This is a later on Dallas one that's got the, it's not all Schecter, because it doesn't have Schecter pickups, they're Bill Lawrence pickups, so you kind of, it's got the Schecter bread. Yeah. They were parts guitars, so no two are ever the same. But they started off Schecter making Fender replacement parts in the late 70s, because Fender were getting a bit lazy, and they were sort of, the Strats they were bringing out in the 70s weren't as good as the ones they had in the 50s. So people were started thinking, oh, let's try and get a 50s one instead, and then Schecter started making more like the 50s ones, you know, sort of thicker. It's got a really fat neck on it, but just like a generally higher quality, so you could replace any part of your genuine Fender with a Schecter bit, which was better. And then people started buying all the Schecter bits and then making a guitar which was just better in every way than a Fender. Yeah, so this is my new guitar, and I'm hoping it's worth about £1,000, something like that. And it's also the first time I've ever got on with a tremolo. I've had tremolos on guitars before, but I think it's just, when you've got like cheap Squires and stuff, they don't work. I think they've got to be expensive, and if they're expensive it doesn't go out of tune. I think it always gets me about them, especially with Floyd Rose's, this when you're doing a sort of Chuck Berry type, well, you're bending that note, but normally that's, in a lot of Floyd Roses, that makes the bridge raise up, which changes the other note, so because you're bending it, that means that one's not in tune. So you have, this doesn't seem to do that. Yeah, I'm just looking at this video. You can't really tell that's been cut on, can you? I don't know. Yeah, so the next guitar I'm going to build, I think it's going to be in the shape of a machete, because I people love that machete film. And this doesn't seem to put it in a tune at all. It's lovely. So there's my boring video of Schecter Stratocaster. I'll probably play some, the one Dire Straits bits I can play. Obviously my Ultimate Strat was going to have 3 single coil pickups in it like a Strat. I even bought a metal plate and I was going to do it and I was going to buy the pickups and all that, and then to try and get Schecter ones, and then this one came up and it's 2 humbuckers, so sawed it, that's what went in. But it's quite good because it kind of gives you the 3 stratty sounds on the 3 pickup, you get like them both tapped. It's quite thingy. And then another thing I mentioned is that the tone controls, they don't seem to do that much. But what they do is really good. It's not like the ones you get in cheap guitars where it kind of just makes it into a muddy mess. They don't really, they do make a difference. It's almost like between 10 and 9 in a normal tone control. I don't know whether that's just because of different types of pots or something, different value capacitors. But they're actually usable sounds. You just take a wee bit off it. And the only one bit that's small, cheap, is the metal plate for the input socket. I tried to find a more expensive one, but it's off an old guitar I had. Tore the rust off and put it in, so it's just tin. I quite fancied getting, like, I don't know, brass, I don't know, something a bit more expensive, since everything else in the guitar is as expensive as if you get it. Right. Happy rock on. And that. Sorry if it was a bit boring, but I did warn you at the start.